man. Yeah, because Brian was saying the younger prosecutor was making fun of the older prosecutor, and the older prosecutor didn't know what to do with it. And the judge was just laughing his ass off. He's like, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
The judges love this stuff. They love it. You know, definitely. When you actually start bringing forward proper law, it's they never see this stuff. They just see this day-to-day 9 to 5 same old crap every day. When someone comes in there,
well, like I said, what I know what scared the bejesus out of Brian, and what kind of made me nervous too, is because Brian told me that his friend had just come out of jail for 4.5 years.
Jeez, I know.
Yeah, he did. How many years did he spend? 4.5, right? 4.5 years of child. You said 4.5 years of child support, right?
Yeah.
That's insane. So I knew they were going to throw Brian in. It's like, holy crap, my stuff better be good, or this guy's going to be a little upset that my shit didn't work.
It was more than good, and it was
but you could have wound up in jail if I was wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's a big responsibility on my part. You know, like that guy Mark Stevens. That's how I got started with this a little over a year ago now. Mark Stevens was giving some doctor, legal advice about how to file his tax return. And I ran in the house and said, holy crap, this guy's insane. So I ran inside. I said, Dr. Mike, whatever his last name is, I don't remember his last name off the top of my head now, but I said, first I called up and I got to the switchboard. I said, how do I get on this freaking show? And I mean like effing now. And they're like, what? I said, I need to get on live. I need to get on now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I said, this guy is going to jail. This talk show host is his one-way ticket to jail. And he said, well, just not on the show. And I just asked Mark Stevens and that guy, Doc. I said, Doc, you're going to federal tax court, right, in Idaho, wherever? He's like, yeah. Who's the plaintiff and who's the defendant? He says, duh, the IRS is the plaintiff and I'm the defendant. I said, Mark, who's the plaintiff? And he's like, duh. He says, I said, run like hell down to your local IRS, throw yourself to the mercy of the IRS, tell them the best you do is $30 a month until you get your act together, and you'll be more than glad to compensate and pay. Just do whatever you got to do. I said, because you're going to go to a federal penitentiary. You don't say what this man is saying in open court. They are going to throw you. That doctor is now sitting in jail for 3 years.
Wow.
Because of Mark Stevens' advice.
Yep.
So what I was trying to say is, Mark, Mark, there's a way to just settle a debt with anybody or anything for pennies on a dollar. There's no reason to do this to this poor guy. And he said, well, somebody's got to stand up to the man. I said, Mark, do you pay IRS returns? He said, oh, yeah, if I did, my wife would kill me. I was like, well, why you have this guy? I said to the doctor, I said, you got a nice Cadillac, you got a couple of kids, you got a nice house. He says, how do you know all this? I said, well, I'm talking to you guys. I said, I Googled you through PASA. I'm reading your federal case against you. I said, yes, you took a lot of trips to Vegas, and yes, you're not a squeaky clean guy, and yes, you're not just like a Mormon up there, and, you go to Vegas, you gamble. I said, hey, I don't want all this stuff on the air talking about me. I said, dude, it's on PASA. Where do you think I'm getting it from? It took me 3 seconds to pull your case up, and I see what Mark's trying to do. You're insane. Stop. You're going to fucking federal penitentiary, not prison, a penitentiary, dude. You're gone. And he's like, well, somebody's got to stand up to the feds. I said, not like this. A man doesn't have to stand up to anybody or anything. A man makes his freaking claim, and somebody's got to counter his claim. And I'm telling you, the IRS is not up here.
That's right.
I said, dude, you're going at this all wrong. You're going to jail. Stop what this crazy wacko's telling you. He starts like, well, the Constitution says this and that. Really? You wrote the Constitution? You were there? You're going to bring somebody in open court under oath of affirmation who signed that document, created that document, to swear that that's what that document means? You're crazy. So they were like, they were trying to mock me and make fun of me. He was like, oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, if you listen to this guy, you are going to jail. I said, how many years are you looking at? 3 years. I said, you're going to get all 3. I said, you can't go into court and do what they're doing. I'm telling you, they're going to make an example out of you, doctor.
That's right. Better know how to operate it properly, or that's right, they will swallow you up, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You're trying to play around, oh boy, will they ever make an example of you. But you start looking as a man.
You're trying to whip in all this Constitution. Like I said to people on Angela's show the other day, I said, look, I'm the dad. Could you imagine some little prick bastard of mine, I don't know how many freaking kids I got, but say one of the kids that I got come up to me and say, hey, Daddy, the Constitution says I can stay up past 9 o'clock. The Constitution says I can teacher says I have freedom of speech, so fuck you, old man.
Yeah, good luck.
I said, how far do you think that's going to go under my jurisdiction, under my authority, my control? I said, that's the same. I said, why do you all think once a judge gets elected, like Sarah runs for being a judge, or Brian runs to be a judge, or you run to be a judge, and everybody in your community loves you, so they elect you as Mayor McCheese or Judge McCheese, whatever, of your little town. The judges only go to judging school for 3 freaking days.
Yeah.
They basically just say, do you know how to be a mom? Do you know how to be a dad? Yeah. Well, those people in front of you, they're your children. If they mouth off to you, put them in timeout.
Exactly.
They try to whip the Constitution out of you. What would you do if your child said the Constitution to you? You'd laugh at them. You'd say, yeah, okay, Junior. Yeah, okay, Junior. Well, what's the Constitution now? Really? You got to have anybody come forth and testify in the oath of affirmation? That's a true document? Yeah, well, no. Is anybody the signatories of any of that document? Are they going to appeal? No. So that's very nice. You believe that that's what it reads, but you know what? You didn't create that damn thing, so who the hell are you to interpret it?
That's right.
And that's why I tell all these guys who are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old to talk on my show, call me up. As soon as they start whipping out citations, rulings, and precedent, I just start laughing at them. All constitutions, I laugh at them. Lawyers have to use this because lawyers aren't allowed to voice their opinions. They have to voice opinions of superior beings that came before them. The only superior being that came before me was God.
Right.
And that's all I got to do is convince another man or another woman, another God, that what I'm saying is true. I just got to convince the gods, the other man, the other woman that's in that building. Not the judge, not the prosecutor. Only a man I have to prove I am true to. I don't have to prove I'm true to a fiction.
That's right.
I'm like I said, it's like go ahead and argue with God and see how far that's going to get you.